எல்லாரும் நல்லா இருப்போம். What a game! What a game! Everybody expected 130, 140, but eventually what happened was on 180, and that was chased down almost, right? It was Mumbai's game, which was until that maybe Sky's wicket, or even until that last 3 4 balls or last over, I would say that was pathetic by Mumbai because they had Cameroon Green 17 crore. Hmm. Tough luck for him. I mean, he didn't have the greatest of IPL this year, but yeah, eventually, what happens once a player comes into Mumbai. So definitely, he's gonna be a champion very soon. But this was Mumbai's game to be won, but they eventually lost. I loved Moshin Khan. I remember last year also he made some amazing performances, but unfortunately, a lot of injury came in between, and then he just dropped away. I guess 1 year he didn't play. For after last year, this year IPL is what he is playing. I believe, if I'm not wrong, he had the potential to make it to Indian team back then as well. I see a Zahir Khan in him. I mean, not that I'm saying he'll come into India and he'll start taking wickets like Zahir Khan, but I love the loading up. In bowling, we call as when you jump up and bowl, ready to bowl, right? We say that as loading up, and that looks like exactly of Zahir Khan, especially that early years of Zahir Khan. If you actually look at the very first series that he came in, the Champions Trophy, where Zahir, Yuvraj, everybody has debuted. If you see his run up, that was most beautiful run up and action. He jumps up and he stays high in the air and then takes the arm to deliver. Maybe you can even say someone like Lance Klusner or Land and all. They were right-hander and Zahir was as a left-hander. So literally, he had that kind of an superb run-up and nailing those Yorkers in that first debut series itself. That's what I saw in Yoshin today. I mean, Motion Khan today. Exceptional, run up, and I loved that high load up, and then those Yorkers, amazing. When it was 11 of 6, everybody would have thought it's Mumbai's game, especially when they had two of the most dangerous batsmen and of both from Australia, those who have done amazing results in Big Bash League. Few matches before, they have done it for the MI as well, right? I believe Tim David scoring those three sixes for Holder. I mean, last three sixes, and he had won it before. So eventually, that was a game to be won by Mumbai Indians, but what happened was craziness. And now, after that, what happened to the points table becomes even more crazier. Now, what is this result? How this result will impact CSK? That's a big question here, right? So the impact would be CSK can stay at second position. That's one thing, because if MI had won this and MI had won the next game, they were the sure shot for the second position or even first position for that matter. If GT loses and MI wins with a good run rate, they had a good position chance to make it to top one. But now CSK can say that if they win with a very good run rate, and if LSG loses, even if LSG wins but not a good run rate, because what they have in between is just 0.08 net run rate. Both are at plus. CSK is plus 0.38, LSG is at plus 0.30. So that is one thing. CSK can still make it to the top two if they win and win decently the next game. And LSG, on the other hand, has a game with KKR. It's not going to be easy. KKR, and that's in Eden Gardens, if I'm not wrong. So eventually, the captain who won the IPL trophy for them is going to Eden Gardens as against to KKR, which is none other than our Gautam Gambhir. So Gautam Gambhir led or coached LSG is meeting KKR for this clash. Now that going to be a nail biting clash. But I'll say what would happen. I would I would love to see RCB win here again, because not just because I'm a great fan of RCB, but then look at that point table. Look at that, playoff four. Whoever comes in, that's gonna be crazy, right? So say you have finals between GT and LSG. What a final it would be. I mean, not because two new teams. No, brothers clash. Both the brothers as captain in their own ground, as in they are from Baroda. They hail from Gujarat. So in Gujarat, wow, 1,50,000 guaranteed. What if GT and CSK makes? Dhoni is there. Yeah, final match of Dhoni. Wow, 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 wow. Make it 2 lakhs. What if CSK and MI meets? Or what if CSK and RCB meets? No doubt again, make it 2,50,000. What if RCB and LSG meets at the final? Make it 5 lakh people. You see, that's how it is gonna be. No matter what, whoever in this five gonna meet. If you remember, that's how I kept saying the first video of mine when I said all these are fixings. I still say I don't mean that it is fixing, but yeah, that's how it's gonna be it. And if there is any Punjab fans, I know that you guys are shouting at me. I know Punjab still has a great chance to make it, and they can make it to the top two as well. So eventually, still GT is the only team which is qualified, and not another other team is qualified. Even CSK, the second position, currently second position CSK, can get out of the tournament. That is still a possibility. That's how the points table still looks at. I'll give you another feel of it, or how it would be. Okay, think that. Okay, take this as an opportunity. The last day. Okay, um, yeah, the last day, or the Saturday weekend, I would say, Chennai has won, LSG has won. Okay, which makes them both 17-17, and there is only one position left. Okay, one position left, and I would say Punjab has won the two games as well, which means they are at 16. Right, they are at 16, and GT has 18, GT at 18, CSK 17, LSG 17, and Punjab 16. Okay, Punjab with the current net run rate, uh, say that they have minus 0.26, right? So they win both their games. They win both their games, and they are at same plus so and so. Say make it +5 or +6, something they have make a huge win last two games. Think about that final day of the match, final day of the tournament. I mean the league. It's between Mumbai Indians and Sunrisers first game. Mumbai Indians have to win that game with a higher net run rate. Do not rule that out. We have seen this happening before. Do not. Is there anyone who had forgotten Mumbai versus RR and that six of Faulkner by Aditya Tare, if I'm not wrong? What a game! So that can happen again. I mean, even last year, day before, even the year before, something where Mumbai needed to chase six overs, something 140, 150, and they just went all out. Eventually, they made it at 10 over something, but then that was a cracker of the game. Maybe something that can happen. I see that, I foresee that as well. And then there is another game in the evening where RCB have to win, and have to win with a better run rate. If Mumbai Indian goes up, see, I mean, how many of you are 90s kids? I don't know, but those are the days where lot many triangular series happens, tri series happens. So both the most of these prize series, what happens is like it comes down to the net run rate. So a team needs to win within this margin. Most of the Sharjah tournament, if you take it Sharjah tournaments, all these teams will be like one win each, and then eventually the last game becomes a net run rate fight and all those stuff. It those games would be so amazing. I mean, forget about the win or lose. It's about how you win, how you lose, and those things comes into picture. A lot of games where Jadeja, I meant Ajay Jadeja and Robin Singh and all played. Great days those were. 220s was amazing totals those days. So eventually, that's what is gonna happen the last day if things goes as I said. In this case, even if Punjab is not there, then also the case is gonna be same thing for between Mumbai and RCB. Uh, so I feel that's gonna be really cool if Punjab wins, CSK wins, and as well as what do you call LSG wins. That's gonna be crazy. If LSG isn't won, then it's either of the two teams, right? So that's gonna be crazy. Let's see what's gonna happen. It's gonna be amazing game of games last few days. Another 5 more days. I would definitely miss those two weekend games. I'm pretty very much unhappy about it because I have matches here. Well, let's see how it's gonna end up with. Uh, Another point that I would love to say is, ICC has come up with few changes starting from the WTC tournament, and I loved all three changes. I really loved it. What are those? Um, One is, I mean, all three majorly comes from almost same game, if I'm not wrong. One was with the India Pakistan game, where you saw a no ball and then a free hit came in the final over, and the free hit the stump and went on to become, went to the boundary, and Kohli scored a four there. I mean, India got a four there. So that would be continuing, but at that time I don't know why they said now it would be continuing. Not sure if that wasn't there at that time, but then ICC has said that any free hit ball, if it hits the stumps and goes on to whatever runs they score, it will be counted as a run. So that is something that I really loved it. But there is again a question of, wasn't the same thing before? If that is the case, why was that given boundary then, right? So questionable. But then I really loved that uh, bringing in. What was the other two? Let me just have a look at it. Hmm. Yeah, and the other one was the umpires giving soft signal. I don't know. I mean, generally in an IPL, they have avoided that, giving that soft signal to the third umpire. Whenever there is a third umpire given, we would give a soft signal to say what the on-field umpire felt, whether it's out or not out. He will inform. But now it seems to be that the on-field umpire doesn't have to say whether what he felt. I disagree this because you see something and you feel something, and it might not be the same when you see it on the video. Video, as we call two-dimensional and three-dimensional, there is, if you see a particular ball from different angle, you would start getting different perspective. So it's going to be tougher on third umpires to decide upon what needs to be taken. Yes, there is the other side of it. For say that if on-field umpire says it's out, he felt out, then the third umpire would start looking at whether it is not out or not. Yeah, he would not see look at if it is out or not. He would see for the other side of it, right? A conclusive evidence for being a not out. So that's how it is looked at, or the otherwise vice versa. Anyways, that's one thing. And the other important stuff, that is something that I really loved, which is the mandatory rules of this helmet comes into place. certain positions it is important you have to keep the helmet, which is that certain positions they haven't informed yet, I believe. Slip, I don't think so. Definitely short leg, silly point and everything, helmet is there. When I say this, I saw one amazing incident happened very recently, a couple of, I mean, not even a couple of weeks, a week ago. Uh, which county was it? Warwickshire. I don't know which county was it, but both Pujara and Smith were playing together. You don't believe how crazy I am to watch live on YouTube. They both were playing on a county game, and what I saw that was there was a crazy stuff where umpire stopped Smith to play. I mean, stopped Smith and asked him to wear the helmet protection. So after the Phil Hughes incident, there is one protection that comes with the helmet, which protects your this part of your head by not getting hit, right? So umpire literally stopped Smith and asked him to, you need to wear that, and Pujara as well. Both of them, when Pujara was wearing it, but for some reason they have to remove that and wear another one. Smith wasn't having that, but Smith was forced to wear one thing. And even the commentators were shocked to see why was it being forced. And that's when we got to know, I mean, even I got to know, in fact, even the commentator got to know that to being playing in county cricket, you need to have certain, you need to follow certain protective gears rule. Like helmets is mandatory for a batsman to play in county cricket, even if it is spinner. Helmet is mandatory for a keeper if you are standing up to, even if it is for a spinner. So there are certain rules which comes as mandatory in county, but not in terms of international games. The international game, Pujara or Smith can still wear the helmet that they were wearing, and they could have continued playing. So that was too cool when I was looking at that game. Eventually, Pujara went on to become or make 100, 134, 35, and with a very good strike rate as well. I mean, I loved that game. How mad I am to watch a test match between some two county leagues on YouTube. Anyways, that's how I am when it comes to cricket. I even watch any local games in cricket. In fact, my all my county games that, so for example, if I'm playing against a particular club this weekend, I would try and watch all their videos of the previous games, if there is any in YouTube, and then try to figure out what length the bowlers are bowling, what length a batsman is struggling, and all those stuff. I do keep watch. What a big impact it will happen. Definitely, it will have a short impact, because by the moment I go in, I can feel that, no, I know this bowler. I've seen this bowler. I know where is his strength. I know what kind of a swing that he bowls. How much you can learn that from an YouTube? Not much, but still, with your cricketing knowledge and with your sense, you can still gauge it a little bit. No, going there and knowing nothing about him, rather going knowing something about him will help you out. Anyways, guys, uh, it was too much of information today. So drop your best four, or top four for the playoffs in the comments, and let's see who's that two teams which is gonna play in Gujarat with 5 lakh audience. How is that gonna be happening? Yeah, it's only 1,30,000 capacity. Yeah, I know that, man. I know that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of black tickets and somebody from the roof and everything. Anyways, guys, bye bye. நல்லா இருப்போம். I'll catch you guys from the next match.